Well, hello there, fellow geeks and geekettes, and welcome to another video. I'm rereading The Watchmen from 1986 for like a millionth time, and right when I started reading the first page, I started thinking of today's situation in entertainment. Not only in the comic book industry and in the book industry, but also in the movie industry, in storytelling world in general. And I thought to myself, bloody everybody's wrong. There are people who are saying that if you believe in something, you can only write a certain way. If you look a certain way, you can only write characters that look a certain way. A couple of examples. There is a black character in comic books and he or she can only be written by a black author. Now, you've got mainly leftist-leaning writers in the comic book industry, and they are, of course, making all the characters leftists. And if they are some characters who are right-wing, they are the evil characters, the bad guys. And here, right at the beginning, we've got the protagonist, Rorschach, who is more of an anti-hero, but who has become one of the most popular characters of independent comics, even though Watchmen was first published by DC, right? And then republished under Vertigo. But before I move on, let us read out the first page of Watchmen.
Rorschach's Journal, October 12th, 1985. Dog carcass in alley this morning. Tired tread on bird's stomach. This city is afraid of me. I have seen its true face. The streets are extended gutters, and the gutters are full of blood, and when the drains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up about their waists, and all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us!" And I look down and whisper, "No." They had a choice, all of them. They could have followed in the footsteps of good men like my father or President Truman, decent men who believed in a day's work for a day's pay. Instead, they followed the droppings of lechers and communists and didn't realize that the trail led over a precipice until it was too late. Don't tell me they didn't have a choice. Now the whole world stands on the brink. Bloody hell. All those liberals and intellectuals and smooth talkers, and all of a sudden nobody can think of anything to say. And so on and so forth. And then we are getting to the death of a comedian. Now, Alan Moore himself is a leftist-leaning person, this old-school kind of lefty, not the SJW kind, but he does believe in, the leftist side of politics. And yet, the character who becomes the most popular and the most well-written in his book is somebody whose opinions and whose politics is, well, completely opposite from Alan Moore's. So, what do we take from this? What's the lesson of this video? Back then, people could still write good stories. They still cared about storytelling. I'm not even mentioning the fantastic art of Dave Gibbons, right? I'm talking about the fact that story and well-written characters should come first. You have a good story, you have talent, you have well-written, diverse characters in the true sense of the word, and then you can think of other things. Because today's entertainment is based solely on inclusion, representation, and diversity. First and foremost, all the writers and the editors and the publishers and the filmmakers and the film studios are thinking about what boxes can we tick, and then, alright, so we have checked all the boxes. What will we write the story about?
and about which minority or marginalized group will the story revolve. Well, this is wrong. Also, there are people who are saying politics don't belong to comics. No. On the contrary, they, are very much present there, and they have always been. Watchmen is very much political book. Almost every comic book, almost, not, well, alright. A lot of comics written by Alan Moore are highly political, but he could write them perfectly. They were good stories, and they only contained politics. They were not political pamphlets. So that's the difference. First, you need a good story, talent, and well-written characters, and then you can think about details. But let me think. Alright, let me know in the comments down below what you think, my friends, and yeah, that'll be all. Bye.